Hi, my name is Pat Smith, and back in the mid-'70s, I was fortunate enough to be flying a Cessna 401, well-equipped. On this particular flight, I had the owner, his wife, and their grandchild. We were flying at about 10,000 feet. I was startled by a noise that could have only been a window blowing out or a door being opened. When I turned to see what had happened, the 3-year-old was only visible by his ankle, the rest of him being out of the airplane. He had gone back to the door and turned the D handle that released the top part of the door. His grandmother, fortunately, did not have her seatbelt fastened, and she lunged just as soon as she realized what happened and grabbed him by one ankle and was holding him, and he was still holding on to the door handle. In the split seconds that followed, I rolled the airplane to the right, tried to lay the child up on the airplane as best I could or keep him above the airplane. Hopefully, if anything happened at all, gravity would help a little bit in getting him back inside. Reduced power, of course, and I managed to declare an emergency. I did ask that all the airspace below me be cleared. Not exactly know why, but I did ask them to please mark my position. They asked the nature of the emergency, and I asked them if they could just leave me alone a few minutes. I'd call them back and let them know, because by that time, the realization of what had happened had started to sink in, and I was having a little bit of trouble talking without my voice shaking quite a bit. The boss happened to be up front with me in the 401, and he did manage to walk down the aisle that was basically turned up 90 degrees and get the child pulled back in the airplane. Lessons learned were, in my mind, basically 3 lessons. One is that you can never prepare for any emergency, or for all emergencies, I should say. There's going to be something that happens that's not in the POH and that your instructor hasn't ever talked to you about. I guess in your mind, you need to always be aware there could be something happen that you're going to have to put your thinking cap on or to put your flying skills to work to make the outcome be a safe outcome. Secondly, never hesitate to use ATC in everything that they've got available. You're supposed to fly the airplane. They're supposed to do everything they can to assist you. Never known an instance when they were a hindrance. They were always a help. Sometimes I had to be a little forceful in telling them I would talk to them later, but that didn't bother them a bit. Back in the 70s, no GPS was available, and for me to have even thought to ask them to mark my position, I think was just instinctive. And the third one is, when you're flying an airplane, know your airplane, know everything about it. If you've got a child that has the run of the airplane, know what that child could possibly get into that could cause a problem. I thought I had covered pretty much everything in the airplane. It was set up for him to fly in it, and then we had this particular event happen that there was really no way that we could have handled it without hindering the escape route of the passengers. So those are the 3 lessons that I learned.